Hey unicorns, it's Ellie. I know I'm looking a little rough right now. I just got back in town from my family reunion yesterday, so today I've just been spending the entire day just like resting. Honestly, it's been a lot of spiritual work too, and it's just a lot of spiritual warfare going on. But I know a lot of you may not be here for that video. A lot of you may not even be rainicorns. I'm aware that this video might get some views or whatever, but I have a lot of things that I would like to cover in this, and this is not a thing of me doing like, because I couldn't have predicted that this would happen. I couldn't have predicted like, oh, this will be my cash grab and get views or whatever. But I am aware of the situation. So if you guys decide to subscribe, cool. If I get views on this video, cool. That's not my intent. I just want to share my thoughts on this entire situation, because this is it's a weird thing, because it's like, when you have a favorite celebrity that you're able to see them grow up, like let's just say it's Disney Channel. We all saw Selena Gomez grow up, right? Like I'm 22 years old. She's a little bit older than me. We all saw Justin Bieber grow up. They actually dated. So like the fact that I know that information, like Miley's Behavior, I got a chance to meet them when they were like in their late teen years, and now like Princeton's famous on TikTok low key. So it's like one of those things. Excuse my son in the background. But it's like, that's how it is with YouTubers now, because YouTube hasn't been around for that long, but it's been around long enough for people to have had platforms for a sufficient amount of time. Like there are decade-long YouTubers, and so people have built their entire careers and lives around YouTube and social media, and it's just one of those things where it's like, I mean, it's a whole career. It's a thing of people have created their own fame off of a video platform, and so this it is like, I don't think y'all understand. Do I have it up here? I'm not sure if I have it up here or if I had taken it down. Here it is. My room's messy. I gotta redecorate. But this here,
My camera.
yes, I'm gonna give it to you in a second. This is from Tana Mojo's Fanjoy website. No, don't get in this video. I don't want you in this video. This is her actual merch. So like when I say I was a Tana Mojo fan, I still listen to her music. I still, like, my favorite song right now is FaceTime. Like when it comes to supporting her as an artist, I still support her. And it's a thing of like, this is really me coming out of love, because, you know, she shared that she's a Christian on her channel. She shared that she has gone to church a few times in the past year or whatever. Not 2020, but in 2019. And so it's like one of those things where, okay, first of all, MJ, there's no more film in the camera. Stop hurting yourself. So, like, I'll get to that actually at the end of the video probably, because it really bothers me about, like, the way she talks about her relationship with God. But anyway, like, coming from someone who is not just a fan of Tana, I'm also her age. She just turned 22 a couple months ago. I'm 22. I'll be 23 at the end of the year. And it's like, I started watching her when her high school storytime videos were really, really popular. Like, I think I subscribed around the that video that got deleted, the Thanksgiving video that she made with Bella. And I was also around when she was, I think she was still at her parents' house when the door was all dirty and stuff, and people would joke about that. So, like, it's been some years. Like, it was like 4 years ago. I was about to be part of this music group, and I was taking a break from the work I was doing, and my manager at the time was like, I was watching a Tana video, and he was like, hey, you're gonna have to watch your friend later. I was like, well, that's not my friend, but hey, stop, this is not a promo video. I was like, that's not my friend, but like, that's how you feel when you watch YouTubers. When you have watched them for a long time, you feel like they're your friend, because it's like, they tell you so much about their lives, and not only on YouTube but also on other social media. So like if you're keeping up with people's stories, you're keeping up with people's posts on Instagram or their Facebook pages, their Twitter or whatever, you are pretty much a part of their life, because they're telling you a lot of things that happen. Of course you don't know them personally. Of course you don't know what actually goes on behind the phone, behind the camera, behind the media. You really don't know what happens, and you don't know what's said, so you don't fully know them as a person, but it feels that way. And that's the way that you're catered to your audience. I'm talking. You know I'm talking. You see me. And so anyway, I'm gonna just go ahead and get to the point. I before I made this video, I watched her apology video. First, I got the notification from Angelica Oles. That's one of the only, besides As Told by Kenya, that's pretty much one of the only, like, I don't even call it drama. It's just commentary channels on other YouTubers. It's one of the only YouTubers I watch who make videos about other YouTubers. And so I got the notification from Angelica's channel. Then I went to Tana's channel so I could watch the apology video. And I could tell either I don't, it's just, that's not the way that Tana talks. And I'm not saying she's dumb. All I'm saying is she doesn't use words like that. And it's like the way that her sentences were formed. Though, I mean, people were complaining about the way she edited the video. And I was like, y'all know she edits her videos like every other second is a jump cut. So like, I don't even know why they were complaining about that. But it was like the diction she was using, the way she was elaborating about things, how long it took her to get to certain points. And it's just everything as a whole. My biggest issue was her political stance. And it's not even like I'm fine with people disagreeing with my political views. I'm not a Trump supporter, but I feel like Donald Trump is a better choice than Joe Biden. It's just to put it in that video, it's like, okay, like I almost feel like she's being paid to talk about that because Kamala Harris is his running mate to be vice president. So like, it's a black woman, Black Lives Matter, like it almost feels like she's being paid for that. But I don't want to assume. There's links in her description box, so I don't want to assume. All I'm saying is that's what it looks like to me, and I'm a black woman, so I have a right to feel that way. But here's the thing. I remember one of her first apology videos where she said she's never said nigger with the hard R. And I was like, girl, before you even made this video, I saw him. I was still a fan at that time. I was like, I saw the videos. You were talking to Amar. You called him a nigger. Like, you didn't say what's up, nigga. You said nigger. You fucking nigger. And I was like, why you got a cap like that? So that was the first one. And I was like, you didn't have to lie, though. And then when the whole iDubbbz thing happened, MJ, I need you to be quiet. When the iDubbbz situation happened, I could see how that was like weird and stuff, but it was the way she made the video. It was like the like everything surrounding the situation. It was just like weird. She really didn't have to make a video about it. The video could have gone viral itself of someone taking that clip of iDubbbz saying that. He would have just gotten in trouble. Had that video just gone viral by itself without her interfering with it. But she had to say something, and then it made her look bad in the situation because it was like, well, what about the times you said nigger? And she was just kind of sitting there like, ugh. But then I didn't even know that the Colin situation and Simply Nessa situations happened until this year when people started talking about it. And I was like, okay, I thought the only black friend she had was Amari. And Amari mixed, so he don't even count. Like, honestly, Amari, he gets a pass because he's mixed, and they have a whole different issue than like full black people do. Mixed people go through it. That's all I'm going to say. So I'm not upset with him or even Ashley because she's white. She wouldn't know how bad things actually are. So it's just like, her friends that she's around, they don't have a full consciousness of the effect that she's having on people. And so it's like, also they're kind of riding her coattail for clout anyway. So it's like, you don't want to hurt your friends, hurt their feelings for what they're saying. And I mean, if Amari are actually watching this, like, I don't care if your feelings are hurt. That's just the plain truth. Y'all knew she was wrong and y'all should have said something before and like took more accountability for her and the stuff she was doing. But regardless though, it's just like, she is also a young woman. Y'all have to understand. We were both born in the late 90s, okay? So the way we grew up, all as kids born after 1995, really like the beginning of Gen Z generation, the late 90s kids, our lives are weird. And basically, Tana grew up like a Disney kid on her own. And to create your own fame, that's a lie. That's really a lie. I know she's with a network and everything, but like, y'all have to understand, the reason that her and Jake meshed so well and why they even held their relationship as long as they did was because they have similar mentalities. Like, Jake was on Disney Channel, and you all know what happens to Disney kids in their early 20s. So I just don't think we should treat her any different than Miley Cyrus when she was going through her thing. And she's going through a thing again. But I understand. The thing is, y'all really don't even understand how much relationships have an effect on a person and their mentality, their psychology, and everything. So even with that being said, I don't want to say it offended me. It's just like one of those things where Tana and Jake got married, right? So and the thing is, I thought they were actually getting married. You okay?
Yes, it's hurt.
Okay. Are you?
It hurts.
All right. Let me kiss it. Hold on. But I actually was married, and I'm in the process of a divorce right now. So it was like one of those things where it's like, how everything went. It was just really annoying to me because I thought it was a real marriage, even though she said on her MTV shows like, we're not going to sign documents because we're not going to do it like that because you can't do that. That's called a common law marriage. And so when I heard that, I was like, oh, okay, like they're just doing it that way. But when things started going on and more things got revealed, and she was talking about how like they were allowing, well, she was allowing certain things in their relationship, and then the stuff that was going on like the day of their instead of going on their honeymoon, she had to go with her grandma and Jake didn't go with her. I'm like, even a boyfriend will go with you to go visit your family if something's going on. So obviously Jake didn't see it as a real relationship the same way you did. So it's like, even y'all even said it's holy cloutrimony. So it's like, okay, are you trying to make a mockery of people who are actually married? And are you trying to make a mockery of people who are trying to have real relationships? Are you trying to make a mockery of people who are going through real divorces? Because that really bothered me when they made the post and it was like, it's okay to divorce. Bitch, y'all weren't even married. So don't use the word divorce. You can say break up, y'all can say separate, y'all can say part ways, whatever you want to say. But a divorce is a legal document. Y'all didn't even get actually married. So like that pissed me off at the time. That was around the time I unsubscribed from her channel. I think I had already bought the camera. She had came out with her perfume and stuff, but after seeing that stuff, I was like, I'm gonna unsubscribe because this is really giving me bad vibes. Like, I don't think either of them understand the context of what's going on. Jake is a little bit older than her, so I mean, he's a dude, so I understand why he's being extra dumb. Even like with this whole Black Lives Matter situation, and he was like at the riots and stuff, and not even at the protests. It's like, they're the same person. Honestly, that's why I was supporting their relationship. I'm like, oh, they're the same type of person, so like, maybe they could develop together because they're both dumb in a lot of the same ways. So it's like maybe they could call each other out in the same way that they're dumb, and they'll be able to grow together and be less dumb together. But that didn't happen, so I don't know. But regardless though, like, it's, I don't know, man. I really don't know what to say about her because, like, all of her true fans want to believe that she is truly sorry and that, she is going to make changes. But it's just like the boy who cried wolf. How many times can you say the same thing over and over again before people just stop believing you? And then the action she took as far as, taking a political stance and, like, standing up for black people or whatever. And it's like, you are supporting the wrong people. Honestly, and I know this is going to anger a lot of you because it may not make sense in hindsight, but voting for Donald Trump will help black people more than voting for Joe Biden would. I'm not going to explain it in this video, but I will definitely have some videos coming up explaining why that makes sense. I'm not a MAGA person. I'm not a Trump supporter. I just look at politics and I look at economy and I look at money. And according to money, according to the well-being of black people, the Democratic Party has not done shit for black people the proper way that they should have, the same way that the Republicans should have. If you look at history, even the roles have reversed. Originally, the original racist people were Democrats, and the ones who were for African-American rights were the Republicans. Things just switched because people like to play on words and do different things, but to be honest with you, the ones who are underneath the coats in the Democratic Party are still the ones who are actually racist, and they just use the black vote to pander and look good. Here's the thing. The black people, they say, are only 13 to 15% of the population. Why pander to the black vote when we're that small? You look good to other white people, and that's why you want the vote. And so they use other white people to promote their looking good for black people propaganda. Whole different video. Regardless though, that really pissed me off when she said that because it looks like she's being paid, and the way that the apology went and how it was like, you could tell it was scripted, but like, I don't mind people having notes. I don't mind people like jotting down ideas and making sure they hit certain points. It looked too scripted. That was one thing. The diction you used, it was just too, I'm not going to say too intelligent. It was too much of like an essay, where your other videos, you were speaking raw from the heart. That did not feel like it was coming from the heart, baby. It was just disingenuous. You gave me real Jeffree Star vibes, and I really think hanging out with Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson and like all them folks, I think that messed you up. I really think that Hollywood life has messed you up. You probably need to go back to Vegas where you came from and just get a dose of reality for a little bit. You can party, you can go do all that stuff, but I feel like if you can do that, you can go back to Vegas for a little bit and just get in touch with who you are, and, or even go back to your family in Texas and see how they doing. Because I feel like you're just losing yourself. You're just lost in the sauce right now. You're losing touch of reality, and you're letting YouTube take over your life way too much. So that's just how I feel about it. As a black woman's perspective on Tana Mojo's apology video, Rainicorns, I know this is like one of those random videos that I'm not supposed to be, not necessarily not supposed to be posting, but this is similar to my Gabby Hanna video where it's just like kind of random. It's what am I trying to say? This wouldn't make sense for me to schedule because I do have a few videos already scheduled, my weekly video scheduled for the next 2 months. So y'all will have your weekly videos like normal, but I just had to touch on this situation coming from a real fan of Tana Mojo, girl. Like, cause like when I had to unsubscribe, it hurt me because like my husband knows I was a big fan, my ex-husband knows I was a big fan, my entire family knows that I was a big fan of Tana Mojo, and it was just like it was heartbreaking to see her doing all this shit, and it was just like, yo, what's up? And my last point that I'm gonna make is don't talk about Jesus on your platform unless you mean it. I could tell that you were pandering to certain people when you were talking about going to church and like all that stuff during that little time. If you're gonna talk about Jesus, actually talk about your relationship with him, and don't just talk about you know, I went to church and I love Jesus so much, and then make jokes about it and then go into haunted houses and do all that type of stuff. No, that's not okay. I don't think that's okay. And God's probably looking at you like, really? And like, I mean, maybe he's not, you know, he forgives everyone, but like you probably need to go and ask him for forgiveness instead of just assuming he's going to forgive you. You need to repent. You need to grow a relationship with God and make sure that you're standing right in his, like you probably didn't even pray before you uploaded that video, did you? Did you pray before you uploaded that apology video? Because I don't think you did. If you did, you definitely would have cut out that Joe Biden part, because that is not ordained by God for him to become president. And if he does, y'all will see what happens to this country if he became president. But it's not very likely that he's going to become president, and I don't feel bad about it at all. I feel like Kamala Harris being his running mate is just pandering to the black people again, because Michelle didn't want to. If Michelle had done it, I don't think that would be pandering. I think that would have been a good idea. But regardless, though, that's my opinion on that. It's a hypothetical. But regardless, though, I feel like Kamala being his running mate is pandering, and I feel like either Tana is pandering or she's being paid to say that. There's a lot of stuff going on this year. 2020 ain't playing. A lot of things are being exposed. A lot of things are coming out. That's all I can say. So, Tana, I love you. I wish you the best. I've been your fan for like years. So if you were to watch this video and like actually see it, be like, yo, that's dope. But like, fuck you right now. Like, I don't even, if you want to reach out to me and ask me more questions, I probably not respond, because like it makes me angry to see what's happening right now to you, and it's like, I don't know. All I can say is we'll just see how the rest of 2020 plays out, and I really do hope for the best. But girl, all right, Rainicorns, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.